Hello, everybody. It's the Flippin' Bunch this evening on a Wednesday night, and we have some special guests this evening. And we're going to just go ahead and go around robin real quick and introduce the Flippin' Bunch, and then we are going to get to our really special guests down here in the corner. So,
Dar's freezing up a little bit there.
Uh-oh.
You okay? All right.
That's what the snow will do.
Oh yeah. Yes, it will.
It's that lupus finger. I don't know if anybody has lupus and you start to get shaky hands. It's a challenge. Okay, let's go round robin. Take it away, Kat, at the top.
Okay. Hey, I'm Kat. I can see the screen in the center there. My name is Kat. I'm from Owling Dog Design, and I refinish furniture and do restoration. And I love art and all good, fun things. Yay.
Am I next? All right, guys. I am Crystal, and I am the Crafty Creech. I love furniture flipping. It's my favorite, but I also dabble in lots of other things. I love anything vintage. I love crafting, and I just find it so fun, and it's obsessive, and I love it. All right, Levon.
I guess I'm next. I'm Levon, and I have Statement Designs. I've had a design business for about 10 years, and I've had a retail store during most of that time, and now I just pretty much have a booth. And I started the YouTube channel a while back, and I am mainly an artistry furniture painter, not so much restoration, but I might have a renewed interest in that.
Yeah.
All set, Levon?
All set. That's my story.
Okay, I'm Dar from DIYs by Dar. And this last year, I have turned into a maximalist furniture artist. It seems to be the most fun for me. But I do have lots of videos with furniture restorations, and if the piece requires a restoration, it's going to get a restoration from me to the best of my ability. So that's my story.
Great. And yay, let's introduce our guests.
Sure.
I'm trying to get that there, but it just is not going. Hide.
There we go.
Hide. We didn't tell you guys that you were going to be the guinea pigs for our first time using media and art up in the front. So you're going to have to bear with us a little bit.
I think
All right, we're going to get to our guests. Yeah, we're going to get to our guests because it's finally time for that. And let me see if I can find them. And here they are.
Okay, go ahead. Sure. Well, my name is Tim, and this is my son, Matt. And we are Art Deco Furniture, Montford Boulevard, and we're swimming upstream and learning many lessons here, but we're still moving forward.
All right.
Yeah, greetings. I'm just going to say father-son duo, and he's more the furniture specialist, and I'm more the video and YouTuber guy, but we're having fun. So
I
thanks.
love how you guys break it down on your channel because you're overseeing what your dad or Tim is doing, and you're talking, and the explanation is so great about what's going on in the video. I really love the way that and you're consistent with it. It's, you know what to expect. I've seen, quite a few of your videos now, and I love how you're consistent about how you put that together. Um, very interesting to watch. And then you have access to all the like old television programs and the music, and it's I love the way you've done that. Yeah.
I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah.
So I did a little research on you fellas, and the first promo picture I had up was from your YouTube page, which is at Art Deco Furniture. And I just wanted to also give a little history on Tim. You have a history in upholstery, running or owning a custom furniture store, and also in interior design. So you have found your niche, my friend, and your roots run deep. And off of those roots come your little sapling, Matt, and he has a college degree in the arts and design. And I heard a rumor that you guys will not take any furniture unless it's 100 years old.
Well, let's see. You just said a mouthful there. Well, I think it's fair to give you some perspective on our combined experiences. Matt has been in the film industry, has a degree in film, and has directed commercials and promos for celebrities, and has extensive experience in the film industry. And I suppose it's not relevant, but he's been on over 100 film sets with his. He lived in Los Angeles for some time, and he lived in Japan for 5 years. Well, I'm telling his story. He should tell it, but he's very good with his hands, which I'm very grateful for. You show him once and he gets it, and that it has been a big help because he figures things out. I've learned things since we started working together that I didn't know how to do before, just to give you some perspective.
Yeah.
But, I started an upholstery business in the basement of my grandparents' building years ago, and then bought an upholstery business and with a showroom, fabric showroom, and ran that for 7 years, and we were in Minnesota at the time, and moved to Pennsylvania. And I was hired I worked for a design firm for 2 years. I was a designer's assistant, and I was actually running a furniture factory where we designed and built custom furniture for yachts, these big ocean-going vessels.
Wow.
So that was really an education. I used my skills to get the job, and then learned a great deal there. The main thing I learned was how to say, okay, to the designer, because they don't want your opinion. They just want you to do what they tell you to do.
Right.
So I learned how to say, okay. And, but that was an education in and of itself. So then I was hired by a company that handled transit damage for moving companies. And over the period of 11 years, I mentored under a fellow that was doing the repairs. And he just passed away recently. He was a funny guy. He drank too much, but he was a brilliant repairman. And I learned touch up and repair, but I did it all on site. So you had to have all your tools in your car, and you didn't, and I traveled Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Delaware, and Maryland.
Mm.
Yes. And I put out over a million miles on
Wow.
any number of vehicles doing this. So that has dovetailed with Matthew's skills, and here we are.
Wow.
Yeah,
Would
that's
you-
amazing.
Would you like me to put up a couple pictures of the pieces of your furniture so people could see what we're talking about? How
Sure,
fabulous,
That's fine.
your work
That's-
is.
That's quite okay. Do you need any support with that, or do you need something sent to you, or you're pretty savvy
No,
there?
no, I have it. I'm sneaky.
Wow.
Yeah.
Where did she get your background? What happened? How did that happen? She
That's
is sneaky.
that's my backyard. Oh, your background?
Well, you knew his background. I was surprised.
Oh,
I
kind of
also
background.
talked to you guys a little bit too on Etsy over there and checked out your bio and everything. Yeah, it's super interesting. And I love that, Matt, that you have a background in the filmmaking. It's almost like a perfect mesh between the two of you.
Yeah.
And,
It is.
creating awesome videos and gorgeous works of furniture art, really.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Appreciate that. Thank you very much.
You bet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just discovered you today. Well, I mean, I knew we were going to talk to you prior to today, but I really just today was the first opportunity I had to look at your content, and I was blown away. I really was. The music and the graphics. I loved the way you walked in your front door, your storefront. That was just so impressive. So your filmmaking skills show, and I just think that's amazing. And I had to laugh whenever you said, who would do that to a piece of Art Deco furniture? Because I'm thinking to myself, well, I might, but I try to preserve any wood grain that I can whenever I do that.
Sure.
And I do clean my furniture, and I certainly don't use any of that nasty latex paint and all that stuff. But yeah, I am an artistry furniture painter, so I do that. But I also, when you did that peel and stick veneer from your latest video, I was like, okay, this opened new doors for me, because it always seemed like it was such a process, and I really appreciate you sharing it.
It built our confidence knowing that it was 3M, because we trust their products, and so far it's worked really well. Could I ask a question? I believe I saw Crystal mentioning in one of her videos that she got some supplies from you, Levon. Are you like a official distributor of some paints and stuff like that, or?
Well, the reason why Crystal got that is we do challenges sometimes, and she won a challenge. So I do. I'm an elite retailer for Dixie Belle Paint Company, chalk mineral paint, and they also have the all-in-one silk paint. So I have that in my shop, and then I also am a stockist for Iron Orchid Designs. So stamps, molds, all that good stuff. And then Dara and I are both brand ambassadors for Made by Marley decoupage paper.
Great,
Oh.
great.
Yeah.
We've been hearing more and more good things about Dixie Belle paint too. And we bought a dresser that was painted black, and we were looking at it just saying that this is really quality paint. So anyway, we were going to look into that some more.
It is good stuff, especially the silk.
Yeah, that's actually, I looked up, that was what she had used. It was a black silk, and I think she went over top of it with oil-based polyurethane. So we were experimenting with that too. But anyway, yeah, that was neat to hear that you're providing those products as well. So yeah.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
Any questions out there? Shoot them on in. And I just wanted to mention, in any of Art Deco Furniture's videos on YouTube, he does something really fabulous by putting all of the links to the products that
I
he
know.
uses methodically in the description. So you
beautiful.
can go there and click on, I got to get some of them powders he's talking about. I have to get some of this French lacquer he's talking about, and click on it. It'll take you right to Amazon and you can put it in your basket. And I really love that and appreciate that.
Are
I
those
must-
affiliate links for those products?
Yes, yeah, we signed up on the Amazon affiliate program,
Perfect.
which I believe nobody gets any extra charges, but we do earn a commission if somebody purchases from them. But it's a handy way to. We had actually the first 4 or 5 videos we didn't do any of those links, and people kept asking us, and then it's like,
Wow.
you know what, maybe we should organize and start doing this.
For sure. Any extra income you can provide from those links is awesome.
That
Yeah,
right.
it's a side hustle trying to make it more of a main thing, but yeah,
For sure.
Got our first check for 14 cents recently.
Yes.
He's joking. Not really. Yeah.
I know they won't send it until it's 100. So
I'm shooting this furniture in there right over the top of y'all.
Okay.
Hey,
Gorgeous.
That is
amazing.
thank you. That's a French. Yeah, that is a French Art Deco piece, which actually has elements of Art Nouveau in it. Art Nouveau is kind of, Art Deco is more angular and geometric, and Art Nouveau is a bit more flowing and organic. And this one is kind of like a cross between the two. And yeah, we were stunned when we found
it's
this.
gorgeous.
It
Is that
is.
decoupaged?
It's fabric. Yeah,
Oh.
fabric of
Fabric. Oh, that's good. Wow.
With the Mod Podge.
Mod
Yeah.
Podge.
Okay, so you decoupaged the fabric essentially.
Do you? I know some of you work with the Mod Podge as well. What kind of finish do you prefer to use? This was with a matte finish, but we're wondering how the semi-gloss or whatever. Do any of you work with those?
I prefer the matte myself. The satin is okay, but I prefer the matte. I do not like the gloss at all. I feel like it's really streaky and it's hard to get that really high shine.
I wonder if you could. I was just thinking. I wonder if you could dilute some of the gloss with a little bit of water and get a spray bottle and mist it over top. I wonder if that would be a way to.
Hey, it sounds
If you're using fabric, I mean, so back to the Dixie Belle. So before I started being a brand ambassador for Made by Marley, because their papers are very heavy. So Lel, the owner and designer, and her husband's Martin, their channel's awesome too, Made by Marley. But she recommends using the my Mod Podge just because it's a heavy, heavy body gel, like that heavy body gel. It's heavy duty. But I have decoupaged, and if it's kind of a thin fabric, prior to that, I used the sealers, the water-based sealers that Dixie Belle has, and that comes in matte or flat satin and gloss. But I usually always like the satin, but you can use that for fabric as well. So there's
for paper, for decorative papers, is that
Same thing.
works the
Yeah.
same?
Same. And
Well,
sometimes I'll use like an acrylic spray for my first top coat on a paper, or even for fabric, because I have decoupaged with fabric as well. And then sometimes I layer my finishes just like you would with any other top coats. Yeah.
Now, when you say acrylic, is it water based?
Yeah, I just threw that out. I've used shellac just to give me a sealer and something to build on. I actually prefer to use my favorite finish for a lot of furniture, not everything, but I use a lot of general finishes, flat out flat, It's a very thin, clear acrylic, and
Yes.
you have to really build it up. But I also like, the lacquers and stuff too. I like the like Waterlocks makes a tung oil with resin. That's a good finish. If you do a lot of restoration, I like those kind of finishes. I don't usually use
What kind
polyurethane.
of product was that from General Finishes? Was that a shellac or a polyurethane or
It's not a polyurethane. I would say it's a clear. I would call it an acrylic finish. Is that wrong? I'm not a true expert in.
We'll look into it. I really like their products, General Finishes. We've been using
It's
those
not
recently.
poly.
Actually,
I think they do make a poly, but the one that I use a lot is not the poly.
I got Gretchen asking a question here. Do you
Yay.
make your own French lacquer or buy ready-made
That
shellac?
was going to be my question.
Oh,
We want to know all about that lacquer and the lacquer dyes, and if you don't mind. And French polish, yeah. Because if you can I just say something? Gretchen, you probably feel the same way that I do, in that I always thought French polish was something that, like, I've done the French polish, but I use a liquid shellac with a little bit of the
denatured
lime powder, and a little bit of denatured alcohol. I didn't know it came like in a. That's cool.
That's the French polish is originally with shellac, which, as you may or may not know, is made from insects.
Beetlejuice.
The original.
3 times.
And they coat what with it?
Oh yeah, I couldn't believe it. We just learned they coat fruit with it, and even like what Skittles have from the lac bug lacquer in it. I guess
meringue pies.
What?
Yeah.
Give it a shiny effect.
But shellac and lacquer are both from the lac bug.
Yeah.
Just smashing a bunch of beetles and squeezing them in jars. That's
Yeah. And somebody's got to do
much
it
today.
Wow. That's
Tim and Matt. Oh, never mind. I'll wait.
Well, I was just gonna, go ahead.
I just wanted to let you know that Lel makes Art Deco decoupage paper. She could probably make you up about any type of design that you wanted in her paper.
I want to see it.
Yeah, very, very interesting.
I mean, it's just a thought. I mean, I can, you can talk to her too, Levon.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah, always. I don't know whether she wants to do custom paper or not, but
We could. I would like to hit her up for some Art Deco type paper to do a wine cabinet that I want to get done, and maybe she can just do a special
2 big
order.
mouths are better than one, so yeah, let's ask her.
We'll figure it out and let you guys know. All right.
Maybe
Where's that bottle? I want to see that bottle.
Yeah, show us the bottle.
Can you click on them so it's bigger than Dar?
I don't know. I think I can.
I think you can.
This is not a paid endorsement, just FYI. I've used this for years. This is a shortcut to French polishing. It's pre-mixed.
Okay.
And it's the solvent for the powders. You have to get refinanced to buy this stuff. I think it's $70 for a quart of this stuff.
I know, right?
Do you know how many beetles have to die to make a bottle of that?
Imagine.
It's fine. Kill them all, right?
I don't know what happened to Dar.
I don't either.
I think she tried to make the screen bigger and she disappeared.
Well, she heard
her
about the Beatles.
I didn't see you only said Beetlejuice once.
Here she comes.
She's back. There you are.
Well, you guys wanted me to push buttons, so you know.
You did.
That's what happened.
There are some
Oh, another
really-
thing I have to say, I really enjoyed watching in your video today, Matt, was your technique with separating the sides of the vanity. I love that. You're like
When-
pushing with your foot and you're
Oh, yeah. You want to get humble? Pull some of these vanities apart. It's yeah. I was doing one time, and it was stuck so bad. I was yanking, and I'm trying to think. My hand like flew into the thing, and I actually like cut my hand just from hitting the wood so hard. But usually they come apart pretty easily. But you have to beat them up a little bit, you know.
Yeah.
Ouch.
try not to damage them.
I often think when you're like laying on the floor and you're doing all this crazy stuff, it's like I often think I wouldn't want anybody to see me doing this, you know. But
Well, that bad person drives by. This is where they deliver mail, and we're oftentimes doing weird stuff like that.
Well, if I may add, he does have another skill set. He is a stunt double in film. And I'm serious.
Are you
Yeah.
really?
Are you the fall
do.
guy?
I do work in stunts. Yeah. It's
You're
just
the fall
kind
guy.
of a side
Wow.
hustle. But I lived in LA before I came here to Georgia, and worked very hard to get into that industry.
Oh, I bet you're so glad you're in Georgia.
Well, honestly, you want to know what's insane?
It's a beautiful
We
state.
actually sold 2 furniture pieces to Los Angeles like maybe a little over a week ago, and we were going to send out on the same shipment, and then the fires started, and
They're all sitting right over there.
the one woman is actually right in the fire, her house,
Oh,
and somehow the neighbors' houses have burned, but hers is still standing. Like, I mean, she's right in it, but delaying the shipment. It's just hard to even fathom what's happening out there in LA.
right.
It's very tragic. Yes, absolutely.
Very much. Do you
Yeah.
love Georgia though?
It's a fine place.
That's
I'm
worked out well.
yeah. No, I'm happy with it.
Do you actually have a store?
No,
Because I looked on Google Maps and I couldn't find it. I'm like,
yeah, there's
I
no
wanna
Montford
go.
Boulevard. There's no Montford Boulevard in the country, which was surprising. That's my dad's middle name was Montford. My grandfather. had my middle
okay,
name,
okay.
and he came up with it. So Montford
I
Boulevard.
love it. It's great.
Oh, the graphic with the, I love it.
Who made the graphic?
I did. It's pretty simple, but just doodling with Illustrator made it. So yeah.
Nice. Well, you went to college in at Minneapolis, right?
Yes, yeah, Minneapolis College of Art and Design, and did study a little bit of furniture there, but film was what I settled into as a major. Painting too. I did a lot with painting, and I've worked as like a house painter as well, house and apartment. So basically, material application is where that comes into play for what we're doing here.
Yeah.
He does
Well,
most of the detail and touch up, but the broader strokes I kind of take on.
So if you want
I'm
to know
gonna
some
Okay.
painter envy, he does not get paint on his hands or his clothes when he paints.
That's not
That's true. That is true. That's no exaggeration.
Oh my.
I find paint,
I have to admit,
should not be. So
I have to admit, when I watch videos sometimes, and I'm going to say especially restoration because I'm more of an artistry furniture painter, sometimes I will fast forward, and, I see what they're doing. So I'm just going to move along. I watched every minute of that video completely wrapped, I feel like you're just making us raise the bar here with the just the presentation, the whole presentation. It isn't just what you're doing, because you're obviously just excel at the furniture refinishing end of it, but the presentation is just what really puts the icing on the cake, you know?
Well,
Yeah,
Lavon,
they're beyond Art Deco. You are using your creativity in adding all those features on those pieces so they are unique.
Right.
well, look at you guys. I mean, we're same deal. And I was going to ask Lavon, who is editing your videos? They're exceptional.
It's me, and I do it right here on my phone.
Edit on your phone?
Yeah, I do. I use a program called UCut. It's a free app, and it's really feature loaded, at least all that I can handle. And
Wow.
I know there's
That's a-
lots to learn, but you know, that's what I do.
It's hard to fathom. I mean, all of our videos I've shot on my iPhone, and like I'm gonna get a better camera, but I do produce commercials. But every time I do, I hire a DP and I hire a camera operator, and we rent a camera. And so I don't even own like a professional grade camera, but it's just unbelievable. You're editing on your camera. I can't believe how much stuff.
I use my phone.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You use your phone too?
Yeah.
That's surprising to hear. I've never even tried that, so I didn't even know it was possible.
I also use PixArt a lot too, and it's kind of like Canva, but I use it a lot to do some of the screens. But
Subscription based? I mean,
pardon me?
You pay monthly to have access to that?
PixArt, yeah, I pay annually for that. I think it's like $65 a year. But I love, because my situation doesn't allow me right now to do a lot of staging. So I will take a picture of my finished piece, and then I immediately put it in PixArt and do the remove the background. Because if I can see the whole piece and it doesn't like pick up the color of anything else, then I know I can have fun with AI and, do a different background there. But I always try to just take close-up pictures after, no matter where it's sitting, just to get those pictures to put in with it. But
if you can believe it,
Canva.
Canva's good. I was just gonna say, I only through watching multiple of your videos learned about maximalist furniture, and I love it. And yeah, like Crystal, you did that fantastic purple floral piece, but can one of you talk about when was maximalist born, and like what I just learned about that.
Gen Z. I think. What do you think, Crystal? Right?
Me?
Yeah. It's a
60s.
combination. It's a combination of all different designs, but maximalist. Yeah.
I don't really know when it was born or when it was. I just really started seeing it probably within the last couple of years, honestly. And
Yeah.
it's just a combination of different types of textures and materials and just kind of putting them all together. Jar is really great at maximalism.
She's the maximalist.
Yes, she is. She will cover a space 100% until there is no space left to be covered.
That's so fun. I want to go crazy with something maximalist now.
Do it.
Oh,
Yeah.
she's your girl.
we should do a maximalist challenge.
Yeah. Yeah. We
There
should.
you
Gonna
go.
do it?
Yeah.
Well, you know what? I'm sort of in a holding pattern on that. Do you recall, have you looked up her Etsy site and seen the chair that I did with the little nail space on the back? And it's just got all this gingerbread jewels and tassels and everything.
That's kind of getting into maximalist, I would say.
I would
Yeah.
think that's that direction.
Unintentionally, yeah, that's interesting.
You-
Do you
you-
have that photo,
Check it out
Dar?
as we speak.
What?
It's
Do
on.
you
I
have
was
that
looking at the buttons.
Oh, watch those buttons.
Yes.
You know what?
Are you
Dara,
Montfort Designs on Etsy? Yes, I found it. Montfort Boulevard.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a turquoise chair, and it's. I kind of got carried away.
Oh, yeah.
That's a beautiful.
Right there you go.
Yeah.
There's the Etsy store.
Matthew said
Yeah.
it's in a, but.
So Tim, do you think you learned? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, no, I was just going to say it's been sitting here too long. And I keep thinking, well, that was a dumb idea, but maybe somebody will buy it.
Oh
might be-
yeah, it just takes
Yeah.
that certain person to buy maximalist pieces. It's just
Yeah.
that's I think that you accept the fact that you're expressing your artistry as you do it, and you're doing it for you, not for anyone else, but yet you might sit on it a while. Literally, in this case, it's a chair. But eventually, someone is going to be that person that just has to have it.
Yeah.
They
I
just
would, love
want.
to see, I would love to see somebody whose space is completely maximalist to see what that looks like a whole apartment or bedroom with that.
Pretty
Well,
wild.
there is a lot of maximalist decor, and I feel like that it's always been around. And I'm going to show it here. Your
yeah.
chair.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Oh,
But I feel like
I
that's
have a
always been
picture of it.
around, but we just
Yeah, that's
named
what I was
it.
asking you. If you had that picture. So,
Yeah.
Tim, did you find a lot of inspiration for your pieces from just working with these interior designers over the years? Because you guys have your own unique style and aesthetic.
Well, when you work for an interior designer, you're not ever, the only input I ever had with an interior designer was her workspace was a mess and she was always in a frenzy. When I reorganized her workspace, she let me do that and put up a great big bulletin board so she could pin up her samples and better lighting. But design-wise, no. I've always, and I told my son, this is why I enjoy this.
Yeah.
It's the first time in my life I'm doing what I want to do design-wise, which you guys do all the time. But I've had to listen to somebody else and create their vision for most of my career.
Right.
And
A
so
lot of times that's where the money is because,
Yeah.
Getting commissions is something you just have. You don't have to, but if you want to support what you love to do, you take the commissions and just
yes.
try to do a beautiful job on that too. So
Yeah, and then you have to do it the way they want to do it a lot of times.
exactly.
Yeah. That's why I stopped doing it.
I love it when someone says, do what you do best. Here's what color they want, and here's the idea, and go for it.
Right. I want to look at this piece of furniture because I got to know what the heck they did.
Yeah, put it up.
Oh my goodness, it's gorgeous.
So beautiful.
Yeah.
That's another one that sat here. Have we had it a year?
Maybe not that long, but yeah, he had a custom cut piece of Michelangelo marble for the top of it, though.
Wow.
We've got some interest in that. Yeah, it's out for a while, but that's another French. It's kind of an anomaly. I don't think we've ever seen another one like that. So sometimes you'll find somebody that that's exactly what they're looking for, but this is a very unusual one.
And now is the side decoupage fabric again?
Yes, it is. That's Forest and Pheasant.
Well, no, this is the Strawberry Thief.
Oh, yes, right.
That's actually a famous Art Nouveau painting, I guess it is. But yeah, Strawberry Thief. And,
Yeah, the Morris. Yeah,
more. Yeah.
oh, is that who it is? Okay.
William Morris. It's
We've
Right.
sold
or
some.
based on that.
Yeah, we've sold some waterfall nightstand sets with that pattern. But
It's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
I have
So
a
did you
table
say
with
it's-
that pattern. Sorry.
Did you say it's paper or fabric?
It's fabric.
Fabric, okay.
I think we found that on Spoonflower. There are a lot of people with designs ready to go. You can order it on fabric or paper or whatever, and I think that's where we ordered that.
Yeah, Spoonflower, they have a lot of unique designs for fabric and wallpaper and stuff like that.
I think you can design your own too, can't you?
We've done that. It's cheaper actually to print your own because you have to figure the artist is getting a commission if you It's basically like a print-on-demand site where artists can, post their designs and they put their cut into the printing process. But if you just upload your own, yeah, it's actually cheaper to get fabric made that way. So Spoonflower is really handy that way. Yeah.
Was it difficult to design your own fabric and your own pattern and upload it to Spoonflower? Was it tough, or
You know what we've done before, like on Etsy, you can just find people that are making beautiful patterns, beautiful designs, and they'll sell you a PNG or an SVG, which is manipulatable if you want to stretch it or whatever, and it won't lose quality. But you can buy designs from artists on Etsy, and I'm not going to sit and digitally design a pattern. If it was geometric, I probably could, but we generally buy art, and then you make sure it's okay with the artist if you print it on fabric and put it on furniture. But yeah, that's what we do. Really cheap artwork on Etsy. You can find lots of stuff.
cool?
Another subject I wanted to ask Dar. I never saw somebody take two chairs and make them into a bench.
That was awesome.
That was really cool. And you know where I thought you were going? You made that perfect plywood pattern, and then I thought, oh, she's going to upholster that, and then you stenciled it instead.
Was it Dar or?
Yeah, Dar did that one. I think you've done a couple like that, haven't you?
Right.
I wasn't pressing buttons this time, but I was looking at comments. So what did you ask me?
Oh, we were talking about. I was asking about the chairs. Two chairs.
She was sitting there watching cat videos on YouTube while
Okay, all right. Now this is what I was doing. Here you go.
We know.
She's going to disappear again.
Oh, here you go.
There you go. Oh,
Yay.
yeah. I was glad you put that up.
Oh, hi, Mel.
No, he was saying how impressed we were with the two chairs you turned into a bench and asking about that.
Yeah,
Oh,
they were
yeah.
talking about your bench. He said
I love that.
Yeah, he said he thought you were about to upholster it, but then you went and stenciled it and everything. He said he liked it.
Next one's gonna get upholstered, I think.
Yeah.
Do you have a staple gun? Do you own a staple gun?
Do you own a staple?
Yeah. Yeah. Finally.
Oh, very good.
I got a big staple gun.
Really neat gun. She has
You're packing.
Yeah.
She has a really cool one that you use for picture frames. You know, the little things that go in the back of the picture frames? She has a gun that just puts those right in the frame, holds the back in. I think it's so cool.
Those little metal tab things.
Yeah.
Yeah. What the heck are they called? I don't know what they're even called.
Those tab
But
putter
yeah, I
things.
do some frames. I will redo some frames, thrift them for $3, $2, $5, and redo them. So I do have some tools to take care of that. So that helps with some income a little bit.
Sure.
I have a question. How do you guys ship your furniture? Because I personally, I really want to start posting my furniture on Etsy, but I am terrified of the whole shipping process. So do you have any
Well, here we go.
advice?
So we use, if we need to, we use U-ship, right?
Do you know about U-ship?
The letter
Yeah.
U-ship,
Yeah.
and
You can post and people bid on picking up and taking it, and we only go with people that have a background and a good reputation and proper gear, trailer, blanket wrap, whatever, straps to keep it in place and stuff like that. Yeah, that's preferred. But
and it's pricey, but it gets there with no damage. They pick it up here at our door and they drop it off at the destination we've had a couple of pieces go to out west, and we had a pair of nightstands that just somebody had to have dropped them upside down.
Oh
This
my.
is
That's
UPS.
awful.
UPS. But when I'll ship nightstands with UPS, and I'll just get like a heavy duty extra large box usually at Home Depot, and I have to kind of cut it and custom shape it, and then I'll get polystyrene foam sheets. It's like a firm foam, and just really pack the thing, encase it, and
Mhm.
I'd say 9 out of 10 have gone well, but we've had some real issues with damage, but we've had some private delivery a little bit of issues too.
Yeah, a long time.
Yeah, it's nothing's flawless, but I think you might know on Etsy, if you offer free shipping, they're going to give you a little bit higher priority in the search results, and so we just build the shipping into the price and
Right.
try to anticipate what it's going to cost and just build it in. But if you can get a private driver to take it, that's probably preferable, and we do that as much as we possibly can.
Well, they have you ship is built right into Etsy now when you get to that shipping section.
Do they really?
Yeah, I'm not sure if you even get it. Like if you actually run it through Etsy, if you get a discount or anything. But like when you choose the shipping options, I drag it down and we check them. It is on there, but it's
I
recognized.
didn't know that.
But
And we found a couple of carriers that we use over and over that we don't have to go through U-Ship anymore.
the private companies, yeah.
Private, husband and wife teams and stuff like that. You can develop relationships. But we've sold probably have we had 80 sales now?
Yeah. Mhm.
And maybe 60 of those have been shipped at least. And so we're developing reputations with these individuals, and they give you a little break on the price, and you can trust them and things like that.
Mhm.
But if you do that, you have to look at their reputation.
Right. Exactly. I wanted to ask you, did you happen to use Escobed? I think it's Escobedo Transport. That's the husband and wife team. They really do have a good, they've had some problems with all their gear as far as the truck, but so they're not working right now, but they have a very good reputation for shipping. They ship a lot of this artistic furniture, art furniture, so they know how to move it and how to wrap it, and I'll let you know when they're back. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, do that. Let us know. We're always watching for good, reputable shipping.
They're excellent. Yeah.
So, what is your least favorite part of restoring furniture or refinishing furniture?
I don't know that we have one, do we? I really objected, this last set that we posted that was so badly caked with fluorescent paint underneath the antiquing. You know what I'm talking about? Some of you probably saw that one. We get along. Our family, we have a nice family dynamic, and we don't argue. And that we as close to arguing as we got with that set. Let's just put it in the dumpster, because it's such a mess. And
He had an idea that we make the thumbnail for the video basically an Art Deco entity sitting in the back of a trash truck as it's driving away, and we just give up halfway and throw it in the trash truck. I'm like, it would be funny, but people would be really upset if we showed an Art Deco vanity in a trash truck.
We might get even more clicks though.
We don't, yeah, no, that's true. And we do want to try some crazy ideas, but you got to ease into the crazy, but stripping tends to be a nightmare. And generally, the last vanity we took on, we did not know it was painted. It looked like wood, and he said they used to sell these kits that
Antiquing kits.
it's supposed to look like wood, and so we only saw a photo and didn't realize till it got here. Not only was it a fake painted wood, but beneath it was neon green and pink and blue and just so much. So yes, stripping is really not what we like doing. But anybody else? What's the worst part of?
I agree with you, and I don't mind stripping, but I want a stripper that works like dynamite.
I don't know.
I don't
like
want.
they
I just want.
they offer this odorless paint stripper. What worthless stuff? It doesn't work at all. You have to.
No, why do it?
You
Why
gotta have
do
odor.
Every other country you can get all these strippers. They are environmentally safe. Not all of them, but they do make environmentally sensitive.
Have you found one that works? I think we've got one of the stupid ones.
Yeah, Scotland.
I want the one that works.
Canada, the
That's
1856.
products. I've tried that.
Yeah, I mean, I've used that. Yeah.
That's the one I used.
And it works for you?
Or clean strip or citrus strip?
Clean strip.
Clean
I
strip.
use Jasco.
The stinky
Okay.
stuff works really well for us, but
Clean
it does
strip,
smell
yeah.
bad.
Yeah,
I don't
that
like-
right there.
I don't like that stuff either. I don't want it.
So, are we moving on from strippers? Because I have a question if we are.
Yeah.
So you just said about you were thinking about putting something in your thumbnail of the being in the back of the trash truck. So I pulled up your page, your YouTube channel, and I'm looking at all your thumbnails. And we were having this discussion previously because we were watching somebody talking about the importance of your thumbnails being cohesive and that someone can look at your thumbnail and automatically recognize that it's your channel. And I am seeing that very strongly. I like the way you change it up, but you always have that little black and white, aspect of it that brings back the vintage and the typography for the most part, it's very consistent. So
Well, it seems like you all are trying to do the consistent identity thing too with your thumbnails, and we're still figuring this out. So I want to vary it a little bit, but there are people that teach entire classes on thumbnails. I mean, it's so important, the title and thumbnail, and it is, some of it is tough to figure out because the same thing doesn't work every time. So.
I was telling these guys that one of the YouTubers that I follow has more than 3 million subscribers, and he finally got together with a marketing designer for his channel, and they told him you have to make a graphic that looks the same. So when people, because he does live streams like a couple times a day, or he was. And people looking for it, they can't find it because every week he would do like something a little bit different. And so they just set him up and they did this design. So now when you're scanning the page with the millions of YouTubers, all your eyes have to do is go to that same, I recognize that thing, the text, the colors, or whatever.
It's that brand identity.
You know what
Brand identity. And he had more than 3 million subscribers. So even he didn't know.
There's some people that give advice that you can go back later and change your thumbnails, and sometimes it'll give you another boost in views.
Yeah,
So
I've heard that. Yeah.
that's a good idea.
It's not like you have to get it right the first time. Like maybe someday I'll go back and have a cohesive, just redo a bunch of them. I don't know, but it's still trying to experiment a little bit and see what works.
It's a lot of trial and error, I think.
It is.
You guys
Yeah, I
have
want to go back and get rid of a lot of stuff from my channel. I keep saying I want to do it, but I need to do it because, I've had my channel for a long time, and I should have more subscribers for the length of time that I've had my channel. And I feel like, whenever COVID was here, I was trying to do a daily 5-minute video, but it was nothing, it was way off the track of furniture flipping, so, that probably hurt. So I need to go in and get rid of all that stuff.
We love this. We love this open forum because nobody else is doing it right now with furniture. So it's fun. And just to get to talk with other people, of course, we love each other. We're all fans of each other. So that works too.
That's great to get a little community going. We just had a gal stop by today. She reached out, a local gal in Atlanta, and she's got a booth in a antique mall, and she had found us on YouTube and was excited and wanted to come by, and she's getting into furniture flipping as well. But yeah, it's really cool to have a little community of people. We're interested in that.
She said she gets up every morning and it looks for our videos. Now, does she need a couple of referrals for a dating site, or what is this for?
It's great to have fans, huh?
Yeah, we can call it Fumble instead of Bumble.
Go volunteer somewhere,
Yeah, so if you ever want to do that maximalist challenge, I know I'd go for it.
We saw that.
We'll whip one up for you so you can jump on in with us.
Who is that? You that sponsors that, or is that someone else?
All different people.
We have kind of gotten into a group of people. As a matter of fact, we can see about adding you to the page. What is it? Flippin' Fab YouTubers on Facebook.
Yeah.
And then they will post when there's challenges, So I usually find, I gain a lot of subscribers when there's a challenge, and it's always good for views. So again,
that's how we all met.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Yeah. I think you might have mentioned that in one of your emails, or somewhere mentioning. Maybe it was in a comment or something. But we should do a challenge to see who can get the most handles on a piece of furniture or something like that.
Oh, that would be so fun.
Who can fit the most
Underneath.
Wait, was that candles with a C or handles with an H?
handles? Candles too, yeah.
Both.
That would be fun.
Yeah, it would. I love it.
All right, you want to look at another piece
Yes.
before we're out of here?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh, look at
Ooh.
that.
I love it. Stencil.
So beautiful.
Is that a decal or a stencil?
Stencil, it's a Chrysler building.
Beautiful.
I didn't hear. What is it?
It's
Well,
it's the Chrysler building.
Oh, but I mean, is it a stencil?
Yes.
Okay.
I think so.
We
Beautiful.
shipped that not too long
Did
ago.
that go to Michigan?
Michigan, I think that went to upstate Michigan.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I thought the Chrysler building was.
Two
That's
very
beautiful.
unusual
Cool.
properties on their way here. We have two unusual properties here, and we're hoping we do okay with them. It's kind of like an addiction. You gotta get harder and harder stuff, that you just have to find more and more interesting pieces. And we
Right.
found one in Florida and West Palm Beach, wasn't it? And then one in Mississippi. The one from Mississippi is going to arrive tomorrow. And I think I'm going to try and, are you aware of how vanities, if you look at a vanity, they're so impractical. There's nowhere for your legs to go.
Right.
There's no drawer to put your small things in, just these great big drawers. And we're thinking of restyling this one, leaving it a vanity, but restyling it so it's functional and looks a little more updated.
That's a great
Wow.
idea. Because I know the older I get, those low stools, my furniture, the stool I use for painting furniture, I'm happy that it has the hydraulic thing because I put it up when I want to sit down and then I lower myself.
That's a good point. I might just, capitalize on that with what we supply for a stool for this.
There you go.
There you go.
Function like new, but look like it's old or something.
Yeah.
Where do you guys find your furniture?
Oh, we're searching the country actually, but we don't want to search. What'll happen is we'll find something we must have, and it's 1,100 miles away, and so you pay 150 for it, and transportation is 450. And
Yeah.
so
We find a lot on Facebook Marketplace, but we've got a friend here who I don't even know where she goes, picking all sorts of estates and stuff like that. She now she knows what we're looking for, and the last two projects we did were from her actually. And the one that was covered in paint actually, but she'll find stuff for us and drop it off. But
You know what's a good idea to do is follow maxsold.com. It's an online auction. Crystal knows about it too. And so that way you can decide ahead of time how far you want to go, how far you're willing to go.
That's
may add-
You'll have to email that to them, guys, Kat.
Okay, sure.
maxsold.com.
Absolutely.
Another place to look is auctionzip.com, and you can put in your zip code and then how many miles you are willing to travel, and it'll pull up your auctions. I get the best deals at auctions. My husband and I will take a truck and a trailer, and we will fill the truck and the trailer at an auction and spend like $150.
Wow.
that's great. We've been wondering about online auctions, so that's really good to hear about that. That's
Yes.
Yeah, that's where you will find people who just don't want those pieces of furniture. So to them, it's not really worth anything, and they just don't want to deal with it anymore. You
They'll
can
give
get
them
it
to you.
so cheap. Yep, sometimes.
Yes. With the Max sold, I was telling Kat about that because we just moved back from Virginia. And we used Max Sold all the time. I was constantly buying stuff from Max Sold, and I would pay attention to the items that didn't sell. So when I went there, I would ask the workers and the attendants. I'd be like, "Oh, is there anything that didn't sell?" And I knew what didn't sell. I was watching. They're like, "Yeah, here's the list," and they would just give me the stuff. Like I would get it for.
That's awesome. Yeah.
All right, I'll take that and I'll take that, and we'll see you next time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So let me get this straight. So you would go to, this was in Virginia?
Yeah, we just recently moved back from Virginia. We were living there temporarily for a couple of years. We just rented our house out here in Michigan, and we moved there. And we knew we were coming back, so we didn't want to sell the house and deal with all that situation. So we moved. We were right up by DC, so it was crazy. Rat race, fun time.
My sister lived in DC, and we've been there, used to visit her there. So yeah.
Yeah. I don't like
You know where your stuff would sell so good? You need a shop in Savannah. I went to Savannah, Georgia this year. And wow, I mean, that place is made for Art Deco. And the
did you see some architecture or buildings there?
Yeah, absolutely.
Savannah, excellent. Okay.
Savannah, beautiful. A little sharp.
Yeah.
So we have made it beyond our time limit. This has been fabulous and fantastic.
I loved this, you guys. Thank you so much for joining us. This was so much fun. I learned
Thank you very much.
Awesome.
You let us know when you want to come back, and we will gladly have you back anytime. And maybe I'll know the right button to push.
You did fine.
You may push our buttons, yeah.
No, this is great. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, anything that you guys need or have questions about any of the networking stuff and YouTube and all that, just email one of us and we'll try to help you out, even when you get ready to live stream.
Yeah, likewise, and if you have any questions about what you're doing, we can always pitch in and tell you what we think. But we're always learning, just like you. I mean, just
Yeah.
because we have these different experiences, you always can learn. You can always learn. So
Absolutely.
Every day. That's what we always say too. Every day we're learning something new.
I'm like you. I have my little notebook here. Every time we do a stream, I'm always writing down, oh, I didn't know that. So.
Yeah. Yeah.
that's all that.
I
Okay.
hacking and all that.
We're gonna sign out. Take care, guys. So glad you came on. It was a lot of fun.
Thank you, everybody in the chat, too. Thank you so much.
Oh yes, thank you, Kat.
Yeah. All right, we'll come back with that. No, I like it. I like
Now
it.
I'm gonna go look at them. Just Gretchen. She wants another challenge. Said your piece of furniture was gorgeous.
Oh,
That color caboose was there, too.
Appreciate that. See you next time.
All
Not
right.
just Gretchen. How dare I say that? We love Gretchen.
Yeah.
Bye, guys.
all right, bye,
Bye.
guys.
See you later.
So don't sign.